Okay, so hello everyone, how are you all of you? Myself Rohan, and today we are going to start the new concept of this, the AMC-8 preparation. Okay, so yeah, so basically, okay, so basically, the thing is, from now on the same time, okay, we are going to start a series of AMC-8 preparation where we are going to practice all the questions and work on the concept basically. Okay, so okay, I will tell you how the next 2 months we are going to practice and how we are going to make everything possible. Okay, without any error, without any issue basically. So yeah, let's see. So basically, I have a material for you, all of you. Okay, so this is this one. So basically I have prepared a curriculum for you all. Okay, and we are going to follow this curriculum first of all. Okay, so in this curriculum what is going to be happen, we look into that. Okay, so in this curriculum you can see that like first we have an first there are two phases basically. First we are going to build the foundation, and then we are going to make it to the bridge, prepare a bridge towards the AMC-8 level. So for understanding this in better way, what I will do, I will merge it, but there are some limited concepts in AMC-8 that is coming in the foundation as well as in the bridge concepts. Okay, so I will just start the concept and take towards the AMC-8 level, and then end it, and then we start doing the practicing the questions basically. Okay, and these questions will be like very very important, and you will you will appreciate, you will if you will connect with me for next 2 to 3 months, I will surely tell you, you will like feel that yeah, your preparation is going good. And also the thing is, you will feel that yeah, there is something better. Okay, so yeah, so basically we are going to start. So first we are going to start from the algebra, because what I think, algebra is one of the basics, and we will take over algebra from everywhere. We will just uh, like do algebra from every and each and every parts. Okay, we are not going to skip algebra, we are going to start from the basics. And if anyone wants to connect with us personally, so they can just connect with us on like yeah, so they can connect with us personally, and they can work on. Okay, yeah, that should be great. Now, okay, just give me a moment. Okay, so we are going to start from the very starting point, that is algebra basically. So yeah, so in algebra, from where we are going to start, yeah, from where we are going to start, we are going to start from, yeah, we are going to start from the basics. Okay, so first we need to understand what is the variable and a constant. Variable and constant basically. Okay, so when we are talking about variable, okay, so variable is what, let's say I if I will say that yeah, if I will say that there are 20 students in the class. Okay, 20 student in the class, then I surely know that there would be only 20 student in the class, not more than that, and not less than that. And this is the perfect number regarding to the number of student in the class. So that's why it is called the constant, where the quantity is fixed, it should not be changed ever. Okay, the quantity is fixed, it's so that's why it is called the constant basically. Now talking about, let's say if I will say, if I will ask somebody, okay, in your school how many students should be there, so they will say, okay, let's take x student in the school, okay, and then from x student basically we need to understand about uh like what is x. Okay, I have told you, okay, that is x, but what about the x? Is it greater, is it smaller, what about, what's the quantity, what's the quantity, what the things we have perfection in perfection basically. Okay, so for that we need to understand about, okay, let's say, okay, it is not fixed, it is not fixed basically. Okay, you can say yes. uh so I will say that the value of x is not fixed. That's why it shows the variability in the concept, and that's why it is called the variable. So if that's, we have understood about the variable and constant basically. Now talking about how can we combine and how can we utilize it in our daily life, daily process basically. So uh for combining it, okay, for combining it, for working on it, so uh combining uh constant and variable with arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operations, okay, so there we need to understand about how can we make it perfectly. Okay. Now let's say I have a variable and a constant, let's say x. So x is what, like x is a variable I'm going to add with the constant, so it's x plus 2. Okay, I have taken x minus 2, so it's again x minus 2, there is nothing else to do here. Okay, talking about y minus x, again it's nothing, it's y minus x only. 7x minus 2z, it's again nothing, it's only. Okay, so it's like when I'm going to write down the variable and constant, so we have plus minus multiply divide. These are the things that these are the operations through which we can combine the variable and a constant. So let, now I will tell you how we are going to write down, how we are going to solve them. Let's say I have 7 multiplied by x multiplied by y okay, so I'm going to write down 7xy. Okay, let's say I have 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by y multiplied by z. That's why that's called 6yz basically. Okay, so this is very obvious that I'm going to multiply the numbers, I'm going to multiply the constant, and from that constant I have y and z basically. Okay, and through which we can solve it, through which we can solve it. Okay, the variable should be written as the, as same as there is no change in the variable basically. Okay, and one more thing here we have is like, hmm, now we need to understand about what happen if we are going to multiply the same variable multiple times basically. So let's say I have x times x times x. So x is multiplied 3 times, so it is written as x cube. Y is multiplied 4 times, so it's written as y to the power 4. Z multiplied by z multiplied by z multiplied by x multiplied by x multiplied by y multiplied by y multiplied by y. Now you can see x is 2 times, so I'm going to write down x square. Then y is 3 times, y cube. Z is 3 times, so z3 basically. So I'm going to write down this. Okay, so there are some proper things we have. Okay, yeah. Now you need to understand about, this is very basics, this is very basics in the term basically. Okay, I wish you all of you know that. Now figuring out about the law, like and unlike term, like and unlike term basically. Okay, so like and unlike term is what, and how can we define it? Okay, about the like and unlike term. Okay, yeah. So let's see, for a like term basically, for like terms basically, it should be, it should be like the variable terms should be same. Okay, variable terms should be same basically. There is no change in the variable terms. Everything is going perfect. There is no change. Okay, and for unlike terms, yeah, the variable terms are not same. Okay, let's say 7abc and 8abc. So here all the variable terms are same. We are not going to mention about the constant term. Okay, constant term, whether it is not same or same, it will work, it will work. Okay, okay, it will work, there is no issue in that. Okay, now talking about the, yeah, talking about the next thing is, mm, let's say 7ab comma 7abc. This is not a like term. Big why? Because, yeah, because it doesn't having the same variable term. It doesn't having the same variable term. That's why it's not good. Okay? Yeah. Now we are going to figure out about the things basically. Okay. Yeah. So we have seven. Let's, right now we are going to what are the facts that we can do with the things basically, like and unlike terms and all those things. Okay, so we are going to figure out them. Okay, now the thing is, if we are going to understand or going to figure out about, let's say I have 7ab plus 6ab. So you can see that in both of the cases, the, like, the terms are being perfect, the terms are good. Okay, they are like terms basically. Because they are like terms, that's why we can say that it is 13ab. It should be written as 13ab. Any doubt? Okay, it should be perfect. Taking again, 6bc plus 7ab should be equal to 6bc plus 7ab as it is, because it is not a like term. Because it is not a like term. Okay, now taking the next thing in the different level basically, yeah, we have done this. It is very obvious and we can do them. Okay, and now we need to understand how we are going to calculate, or like, okay, we have some numbers, random numbers we have, and all those things. So before starting that one, I just want to tell you something. Basically is like, we are going to start a new batch for AMC 8 basically, and that's only for 2 months preparation, where we are going to help you in every each and every condition. If you don't know the basics, if you don't know the, whatever you don't know, we are going to focus on that. We are going to prepare a perfect curriculum for you. There we are going to start, there we are going to make it perfect. Okay, now the next thing is, if you want to connect with us personally, and if you want to if you want to join our institute program basically, so just visit www.eduglobalinstitute basically. Okay, institute.com, and there you can figure out, okay, what you need to do and what you not. Okay, that's everything is very very perfect for you. Okay, first, there are some of the things that you will get. First, like, you will get the personal one-on-one attention. Second, there are group classes also. Third, there you get the customized curriculum that will help to enhance your problematic issues where you are facing the problems basically. Okay, and the last but not the least is like, when we are going to target these things, it probably sure that you can score more than 16 plus marks easily. okay, out of 25 basically. It's for right now AMC 8 students, and any student who want to connect with us for a long term for like AMC 10 and 12 for next year 2026 basically, they can also connect with us. We are working on, we have new batches starting from 21st of November basically. Okay, I'm telling you, 21st of November we are going to start the new batches for AMC 10. Okay, so be prepared. And if you want to connect with us, just yeah, go to the, in the description box you can get the link, and you can just book the session, book the trial session, anything. Okay. Okay, so again starting, let's think about how we are going to multiply the algebraic terms and all those things. Okay, when it we have their we have in the form of exponents basically. So what happened is like, let's take some example. Okay, let's say I have x to the power 5 multiplied by x to the power 3. So what I'm going to write down, it's not very obvious, like, okay, it should be x to the power 8 basically. How I got this, like without doing the expansion and anything else. So it's like x to the power x times x times x times x times x, 1 2 3 4 5 multiply by x times x times x basically. So there is like hmm, there is like x to the power all over 8 basically I'm going to write down. But this is very lengthy process, how I'm going to do it very shortly. Okay, so one of the thing is I'm going to write down x to the power 5 plus 3, that is x to the power 8 basically. That's it. Okay, that should be perfect for you to understand about this. Okay, now you can see that if it is x to the power 8, so what I have done, let's say there is x to the power m times x to the power n, it should be x to the power m plus n basically. Okay, similarly, if I have, okay, if I have x to the power m over x to the power n, it should be x to the power m minus n. Okay, that should be very obvious. Now taking the next thing basically, hmm, taking the next thing, next step for this. Now what happen if x to the power m dot y to the power m, what happen, I'm going to write down xy times to the power m basically. So I'm going to multiply the x and y term basically and taking all over the power of m base. Okay, so these are very very common and usual things we do. Okay, x to the power 0 should be 1, anyway any number having their power 0 it should be 1. How is it possible? Okay, let's see how is it possible basically. So x to the power m over x to the power m, it should be x to the power m minus m. That's why I got x to the power 0. Now you know that x to the power n, because both are same, I got the answer as 1. So that's why x to the power 0 is equal to 1. Okay, any doubt you have? That's it. That's very easy. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can just put in the comment description box. I can just figure out. I can just give you the answer at that time. Okay, don't worry. Now taking looking into the next part, looking into that into the next thing basically. So if I have, okay, if I have, yeah, that's it. I think we this is perfect basically. Okay, let's say I if you have x to the power 5 plus x to the power 3, is it any way there we are going to solve this, we are going to map like make perfect. So x to the power 3 we are going to take common, and x to the power square plus 1 I got in the remaining. Okay, so yeah, so basically I'll, if you know, like x to the power 3 plus x to the power 3, if I will take it's 2 times x to the power 3. Okay, but if it is not a like term like this, so we will try that how what we can take the as common. Okay, so from 5 and 3, what if whichever is the minimal power, so that much variable I'm going to take common, and the remaining one I got in the bracket basically. So this is a synchronized form basically. Okay, yeah, now this is enough. Okay, we have done the formulas and all. Now we are going to apply the algebra. Okay, whatever we have learned to somewhere. Okay, where we are going to learn it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, we are going to know understand how can we solve the like linear equation. So first first I'm going to use a variable. What? A variable. So I'm going to use linear equation on the variable. Basically I'm going to use linear equation on the variable. Okay, so linear equation is like linear equation is like, why we call it as a linear equation? Because I have an equation basically, and from that equation I can draw a line on the graph paper, and that line is completely straight. There is no any curve, there is no any change, anything else. It's completely perfectly straight basically. Okay, that's why we call it as like, yeah, we call it as the linear equation. So linear equation looks like 2x plus y is equals to 5. Okay, 2xy is equals to 5 basically. So not y we are going to involve. Okay, also the highest, the maximum power of the variable, because there is only one variable, so we are going to look into that variable. So variable is 1 basically. Okay, then we call it as the linear equation in one variable and linear equation, all those things. Okay, yeah.